Recently, I started a new job where I'm not allowed to be on my phone very much. This is a change of pace because before this job, I came from 3 months of unemployment. Now, my last job ended on good terms, but for some unforeseen circumstances, I did have to leave. So I was looking for a job in this 3 months, but nothing was able to be lined up. Now, finally, I have a job. One thing that I realized now I am about 4 weeks into this job is how much time I spent on my phone. I think about back to my 3 months of unemployment. I feel like I never really had the time that I wanted. You would think that for someone who had no responsibilities, that I would have tons of time. But it just didn't feel that way. I didn't get a lot done. My time felt very wasted. Now I'm working a full time job again. And to be honest, I feel like I have more time now than I did when I had a no time job. This is something that felt very strange to me for a while, but after spending some time thinking about it and realizing it's because of my phone. My daily Instagram usage used to be in the multiple hours, and now it is under 30 minutes typically. Occasionally it goes over, but if it does go over, it's maybe 45 minutes. This was kind of a scary realization for me. I realized that I had kind of turned in to what I never wanted to be. I was always the kid growing up who wasn't really on his phone that much. I didn't get a phone until I was, I want to say 13, around there. But even when I had it, through middle school and most of high school, I never really used my phone that much. Sure, I still did use it, but compared to other kids, I was always definitely on the lower end of that. However, one thing that I realized is now I'm on the upper end of that. During my unemployment time, my daily phone usage jumped to multiple hours. Now, phone usage in itself, I don't think is horrible. If you're making a lot of calls, you're sending texts, if you're doing good things on your phone, some people work through their phone, that's a different story. But in this case, I'm talking about social media, particularly Instagram and Snapchat. I never had TikTok. That is another story for another day. This realization hit me very hard. And something that I also realized is now that I have a full time job, I feel like I have more time. I feel very productive. I feel very mentally sharp. And honestly, I have to credit to that not being on my phone. Being on your phone in the terms of doom scrolling and spending time on social media is horrible for your brain. We as humans did not evolve this way. We were not meant to have smartphones. Our brains are not able to handle the constant usage, the constant dopamine, the emotion changings that smartphones give us. Now, I'm probably not telling you anything new. Most of you probably know this already. And if you don't, well, here's the information, but I'm assuming most of you know this already. Now, I want you guys to do a little check for me. I want you to go into your phone, you can go into your settings, and take a look at screen time. Now, depending on the kind of phone you have, it is going to be a different process, but you can just look it up. It's very simple, it's not that hard. If any of you can figure out how to use your phone, I know you can do this. And look at how much time you spend on your phone. Most of you, I'm sure, are going to be surprised. Now, this is something that you've heard other people talk about. Oh, check your screen time. But I'm being serious. Right now, pause the video and check your screen time. Most of you are going to be shocked. I guarantee that most of you are in the multiple hours per day. Now, I'm not saying this to make you feel bad because I was right there with you. Why I'm saying this? Because I want you to be aware. I want you to realize that this phone is killing your time, it's distracting you, it's really limiting you from becoming everything you've wanted to be. I know the running joke is that your mom always told you, oh, get off that phone because it's very bad for you, and it's that darn phone. And yes, we laugh, but it's true, it really is that phone. There is some good with phones and technology in general, I cannot deny that. However, there are a lot of downsides, and most of us are experiencing the downsides, and we are so used to them that we don't even feel. But as soon as you make the switch to less screen time, you will feel the benefits and it will shock you. I want you to go through your apps and really have a heart to heart with yourself and tell yourself, do I really need this? Does it make my life better? What happens if I delete this? Does my life get worse? If the answer to those questions is no, it doesn't make my life better, and no, my life won't get worse, I want you to delete them. I really do. For those of you who aren't going to go with that method, that's fine. You don't have to. The other option is set limits. Now, I know you've heard of set limits before, but I'm being serious. Let's say your daily Instagram usage is 2 hours. Set your limit at an hour and 30 minutes. An hour and 30 minutes on Instagram for 99.9% of you is way more time than you need. Set that limit. Start with an hour and a half. And when you see the limit pop up, actually respect it and don't just hit ignore. I fell into that trap for a long time. Then gradually, maybe you do it by week basis. However you want to do it, I will recommend week by week. Decrease it by 15 minutes. And before you know it, you're not going to miss it, and you're going to be at 30 minutes a day. You're going to use that, and you're going to have an extra hour and a half per day to do stuff. Now, my final challenge to you is to take that time that you're spending on your screen and replace it with something else. Now, I'm not telling you to go cold turkey here. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not even telling you to get a side hustle, bro. Make money. Build skills. I'm not telling you to do anything like that. I challenge each and every one of you to look at your screen time usage, and let's start with half. So if your screen time usage is 4 hours, we're going to cut that down to 2. And the other 2 hours, what you're going to do is you're going to replace it with something that brings you joy that is not on a screen. Now, for me, this is stuff like playing drums, being outside fishing, working on various projects around my house, motors, building, etc. Stuff that I like to do, like to keep me busy. If you want to, it can be something that earns you money. It can be a side hustle. It can be a skill you build. You can do that. But I'm not telling you to be ultra productive. Now, eventually, I would like it if you guys could get there, because being productive outside of your day jobs or outside of your regular routine and building something is how you're going to build that life that you always wanted for yourself. But we're on baby steps here. Step 1, take just a portion of your screen time, I'm recommending half, and replace it with something that also brings you joy. It gives you dopamine. It's not hard, but just replace it with something that isn't on a screen. Maybe it's taking a walk with your dog. Maybe it's going to the beach and just relaxing. Maybe it's picking up woodworking. I don't know. You have to choose what you're going to do for yourself. But I challenge each and every one of you to do that. I also want each and every one of you to drop down to the comments section and tell me your experience with phones. How has your experience been? Have you always kind of been a heavy screen user? Has it not really affected you that much? Are you not on your phone very much? And tell me about what you see. Because personally, when I look around, I work in a bigger city. And when I look around on the sidewalks, everybody is on their phones, nose buried. People are driving on their phones. They're distracted. Again, another story for another day. But no one is present. No one is here. When you're waiting in line at the store, everybody's scrolling on their phones. When you're at a restaurant, you see families with their kids who have headphones on. Now, to each their own, of course, but in my opinion, it's just very sad. Nobody's present. It's like nobody wants to even talk to each other anymore. And as humans, that is like our core function. So drop down in the comments and tell me what your experience has been with phones and how they've kind of changed our world. Especially some of you who are older than me, who maybe had a life before phones were so mainstream. Tell me your experience. Also, while you're at it, drop down any video ideas you have for me. I'm willing to cover any topic, anytime, any place. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.